We be fussing, we be screaming, but you the one I wanna lay beside this evening. I'm gonna come back even when I'm leaving. You give good love and I receive it. When you feeling down, I'ma sing to you. That ring on your finger got a ring to it. That's that real love, God-fearing love. It may not be how we dreamed it, but it's still love. Can we ever sit down?
Don't point at me.
What's going on, everybody? Glad y'all tapped back in.
You want to just point at me. Like, you can do the intro. You know, that was something that I really hated growing up.
What?
Talk to the hand, or like hands in my face.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm just pointing.
Or that.
You don't like to be pointing?
I don't know why. Pointing at me or that. Like, that would take me over the top.
Huh.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of my best friends would do it on purpose. She knows to this day it takes me over the top, so she does it on purpose.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Talk to the hand, or get your finger. It's weird. Whatever.
Bring us in.
Yeah.
Bring us in.
No, I literally just told you I didn't like that.
I'm sorry.
It's a trigger.
I apologize. Could you bring us in?
Sure. So welcome back. We are here with Dr. Julius Lancaster. Point at me again, dog. I swear. One day I'll be able to call you that, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be able to say Dr. Julius Lancaster.
That's the quest.
I'm not calling you that, though.
No?
No, you'll always be Babe.
Okay, that's fine.
Dr. Babe.
That'd be real good.
You nasty.
I am a little nasty. I am a little nasty. It's contained.
I can see your brain like tick, 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 tick. Since I said Dr. Babe, you're nasty. Anyway, I didn't even tell you that I'm really feeling that sweater.
You like this?
Is that mohair?
I don't know.
I think that's mohair.
It's just, I thought it was nice.
Yeah.
Hit with the shoes.
Oh.
You feel me?
Look at you.
A little something soft.
This is your favorite time of year to dress.
Yeah, layer up. Y'all, you got to layer
I
up.
hate it.
In the fall and the winter, layer up with a sweater, jacket, nice little coat.
Now listen to what you just said.
Yeah.
A sweater followed by a jacket.
Yeah.
With a coat on top.
I mean, it's just, the layers do something in this time of year.
Yeah, then you get in the car, you're hot, you got to take the coat off.
You got to be into it to be into it.
Yeah. I'm layered too. Long sleeves.
You layered.
Suit jacket. My jeans ain't layered. They went ahead and got thrashed by Wolverine.
Yeah.
But I figure I just get hot.
I like sweaters. I like turtlenecks. I like things, I like it.
Here we go.
Long sleeve.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Going through the same thing. Here we go again.
Here we go.
All right, come on, let's dive in.
Once I got a groove, you just got a groove in your. Who sang that?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Understand me. Hope that you are friends of mine. And me, girl. Was that Teddy Riley?
No. I wouldn't be surprised if he was on the track somewhere or something, but that wasn't Teddy Riley who sung that. I forget.
All right, it's gonna bother us anyway.
I forget.
So we're talking about relationship requirements.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how I was kind of upset with the ladies now, and it's not the. I think this is generational. So yeah. I think it's the younger generation of women that I'm more.
Well, I mean, it's different. It's different.
My generation of women.
I think it's a little more classier.
Yeah, like 40 and up, we are just a different breed. Like I said, that was like the independent generation. We're either married or we've been married and divorced, or we're still single, waiting to be married. And I tell a lot of my 40-year-old women, if they want to be married, they're probably gonna have to go to 50 and up.
Well, let me share something with you, man. I'm gonna share something with you. This is something that I've been thinking about since the last episode.
Oh boy.
So the younger generation, they got a different mentality. I think we established that. Mm-hmm. We talk about how they got different requirements. They come in, they requiring all of this stuff.
Yes.
Something different than you. I mean, you had some requirements, but it really wasn't like necessarily a money thing, not necessarily a status thing. Yeah, what I mean? It wasn't things that it wasn't perception based.
It wasn't things money could buy.
Right. Okay. So, but what I'm saying is now, because the mentality is different.
Yeah.
I think they've realized that they can require some of those things. And here's why I say that. Because I'm riding down the street the other day. Got the radio on, and I don't know who sing this song. But what she said was,
listen to the radio.
but what she said, I'll be stopping at them red lights, and I'll be twerking on them headlights.
What?
She said.
What radio station is this?
She said on 107.5 or 106.7, she said, and I quote,
who is she?
I'll be stopping at them red lights.
I'm about to Google it right now.
And I'll be twerking on them headlights.
Because who is even talking like that?
So this is the point I'm making.
Wait.
So
I'll be stopping
at them red lights.
At them red lights.
And I'll be twerking on them headlights. You know who sing that, David? No?
Twerking
on them headlights. That's what she said.
David might be able to find it faster than me. It sounds like either the red chick or Cardi B.
I don't know who sung it. I don't know who it is. Who? Glorilla. Who was that?
Hit Kid and Glorilla.
Okay.
She's the I don't know that girl.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the point. Here's the point. Here's the point. Here's the point I'm making. The point I'm making is she's saying she's stopping at them red lights and twerking on them headlights. And let me just say this. Lord, forgive me. It ain't nothing like a good twerk.
Okay. You know what, David? Cut all this stuff off. I want everything shut down. We not recording another episode.
It ain't nothing like a good twerk. And so what I'm saying is
no. So a good twerk is not a relationship requirement.
But what I'm saying is when they're appealing.
You said it's nothing like a good twerk.
A good twerk, dog.
Who are you?
So the men know what I'm talking about. It ain't no man watching this right now that would despise a good twerk.
Okay, Mary, you have to marry. How is this a relationship requirement?
I'm about to share it with you. When you appeal to something deep in a man that he like.
Oh my God. Please, I'm not. Deep in a man. A twerk is not deep in a man.
Twerk is deep in a man. He want him a twerk. I don't care who it is.
David, please.
No.
Us.
David, tell me, am I lying? Am I lying? see, I told you. And so my point I'm making is this. It's like anything.
You don't mind a good twerk?
Not at all, Jesus. And so,
I told you about putting my Lord and Savior into the equation when it comes to the twerk.
I wonder.
Was Jesus wouldn't have minded a twerk?
I wonder would he have minded a good twerk. I don't know.
Okay,
but here's my point I'm making.
Oh my God.
My point I'm making is that when you appeal to something that somebody really,
the Bible says he was tempted.
Like. He said he was tempted with all things, yet without sin.
He was tempted with a twerk.
I wonder if Mary twerked
Jesus
one time.
was tempted with a twerk. Huh?
But so the point I'm making is when you appeal to something that somebody really enjoys, you're able to. I hate to say it like this, man.
But say it. You didn't already say it at all.
You're able to charge more for it.
Oh my. Okay. So you mean to
you're
tell me?
You're able to require more for it.
So you're telling me. Because these little baddies is stopping at headlights, twerking on headlights.
Stopping at red lights, twerking on headlights.
That they are able to.
Ashante, the demand is supply and demand. It's just in relationship form.
No, bro.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because I was in high demand, and there's a lot of women that are high in demand that are not twerking on headlights.
Were you a twerker? That's the question. That's the question. And unfortunately,
I was a twerker when it was time to be twerked. I was not going to stop. I think the generation now, they are so rebellious and so off the chain. They are absolutely in the summertime getting out of their cars,
stopping at red lights, twerking on headlights. The issue is you gotta have. Now here's the thing.
My knees ain't in shape they was anymore to go ahead and do that.
Here's the thing. Men who would meet those requirements because of those things are probably men who need to get their priorities straight. Let's be clear. Yes, every man loves a good twerk.
See, I was gonna say I disagree because every man loves a good twerk.
But not at that expense.
But there are men that are older or younger with a bunch of bread, and because men across the board love a good twerk, there's men with money who like, yeah, I'll take you to that expensive whatever.
There are, but again, I think it's men. You got to have your priorities in order. Yes. Men like a good twerk, but not at the expense of a ratchet chick, not at the expense of some ridiculousness. We're not going just because you got a good twerk. We're not about to put up with the bull crap.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Make Marriage Great Again podcast. Let me just do the introduction, please. This is Julius. I am Ashante, and we are in another episode. No. We are in another episode of Relationship Requirements. Please go subscribe to YouTube right now.
Go right now.
Go to Instagram. Go to Facebook. We're about to this is really good. So we're talking about relationship requirements. You said every man loves a good twerk. And then we asked, was Jesus tempted by the twerk? This is insane. Okay. Then David chimed in and says, everybody loves a good twerk. So we're talking about these requirements of being in a relationship. We had talked about women now. It seems like as though the generations, the pendulum has swung the other way. You went from an independent generation of women who the requirements of being in a relationship was men to be more of nurturers, and you're saying that man didn't stroke, if you will, their masculinity.
Maybe not.
Maybe that's why a lot of those women are still single now.
Maybe.
This newer generation of women, for me, it seems as though they're not having a bad time with the men. And if you want my opinion, it's because they are stroking a part of their masculinity, which is men being able to provide.
Well, not only that.
And it feels good.
It feels good to provide, but it also feels good to... So men, here's the deal, man. Two things that mean a lot to men is penis and provision. I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. Penis and provision. Those are two things that mean a lot for a man.
The double P's.
If a man comes into a situation and he realizes that a woman does not need his penis or his provision, it does something to his esteem.
So we have to call this episode Penis and Provision, David, just an FYI.
Okay, whatever we want to call it.
The PP.
But I'm keeping it all the way 100.
So you're saying that as a woman, so when you and I were dating, I was speaking to your penis.
If you would have made it clear to me that my penis or my provision
was not needed, enjoyed, or anything, we wouldn't be together.
I probably would have went in another direction.
So that would have a lot to do with maybe even when it comes to infidelity then.
Maybe. I don't know. But we're talking about these requirements. And so when you got these women that are like, they're requiring $150K to a excuse my friends, to a nigga that got it like that. You know what I'm saying? You got it like that. You speaking to my masculinity potentially.
Or you could put another P in there and say protection. So now you're saying penis, provision, and protection. That's really men.
Right. And so you speaking to something that I can do. You know what I mean?
It ain't, nigga feel good.
It ain't nothing to shoot you a cash app. You know what I'm saying? $700, couple $1,000.
Shoot me a cash app.
You know what I'm saying? I done shot you too many.
Shoot me a cash app.
I shot you too many cash apps.
That's all right. I know your code. I'll just shoot myself a cash
app. So these chicks are speaking, and not only that, they've taken the reins back. Think about this music. For years, men was talking about how they was what they was gonna do to the vagina and all this crazy stuff. Yeah. But then women start taking the reins back, and they start saying, "I'm gonna put this P on you. I'm gonna do all this crazy stuff." They start talking crazy. And so they took it back. They took it back.
Are you still on antibiotics for your sinus infection? Because I feel like you a little off.
What I'm saying is they took it back. And so what they don't realize,
they took the power back. They did.
What they don't realize, though,
in doing
is that when you talk like that to a man,
you stripped a man of the PP.
No, it depends. You might be speaking his language. You talking about what you gonna do to it and all that. He like, well, let's see. It's a challenge. And it ain't nothing like, and I'm just going, y'all, this is probably should be some unscripted
the cats
stuff.
Out the bag today.
It ain't nothing like some challenged sex. Some sex where you done met your match and they get crazy. What? That's a whole nother situation. But what I'm saying is when women present that challenge to a man.
So is twerking on the headlights, is that presenting a challenge to a man?
I think it's seductive.
It's sexual.
It's sexual. Sensual. It's sensual. Yeah. It's provocative. You know what I'm saying?
Provocative. It gets the people going.
Yeah, and so a man seeing somebody stopped at the red light twerking on them headlights, if he doesn't have his priorities straight, that could be the deciding factor of if he wants to chase her or not.
And so then when we're talking about relationship requirements, then are you some women, their requirements are he has to make this amount of money. It ain't even really about, I ain't really heard looks in a long time.
Most of the women that I found that are requiring that type of stuff these days, if I'm going to be all the way honest with you, is the sexual, sensual, provocative women.
When it has to do with how much money.
When they got those types of requirements.
Yeah.
Because I believe in their mind, they got what, they feel like they got what he wants.
You're going to pay for this.
Oh, yeah. You gonna come out your pocket for a little bit of this here. And I don't really see, women who are not utilizing that as a tool to attract men having a lot of those same requirements. And I know there are. Yeah. I know there are plenty of successful women who are not utilizing sexuality, sensuality, and provocativeness as a tool,
but now that you
who have those requirements.
Yeah, but now that you're saying that, and this is where it's really hard for women, man, because you want to have standards, you want to have morals, but what you're saying is that the granny panties are not, and when I say granny panties, I don't mean like having actual sex. I mean just being extremely feminine, sensual, speaking to the PP of a man, speaking to the penis and the provision and the protection of a man. When you approach men in this space of your
dating,
penis don't appeal to me,
right?
Your protect.
I don't need your penis. I don't need your protection.
Need no provision.
And I don't need your provision.
You're saying that. But when it's for the requirement for the relationship was all three of those things. I think that what's different now is that a woman would tell you, I want to feel safe. But safety doesn't mean you'll fight a Negro for me. But it's safety in like my emotions.
But
and
stop
safety
presenting yourself like you're totally secure then. If you're it's stop presenting yourself like you have what you're seeking me for. When you present yourself as if you have what you're seeking me for, I don't feel a need to give that to you.
I don't think women are. I think the problem is that
disagree.
I think some women are not presenting it that way. I think some women or some men, when you're talking about penis provision and protection, it's very black and white. When women are not talking about black and white, I'm not talking about protection from a safety perspective of, can you knock somebody out? I'm talking about, do I feel safe with you? Meaning,
emotionally.
Am I emotionally safe here? Am I safe here when it comes to you being transparent with me? That's what I mean by protection, or by provision. I don't mean you gotta make $150,000 a year. I mean, if the bottom fall out of this thing, are you ambitious enough to go out and make something pop?
Here's where the confusion lies. The confusion lies is that most women need everything that you just said. Most women need some sort of safety, emotionally, mentally, psychologically.
Most people do.
They need provision. So what happens though, is these women are presenting these 3 PPP as facts. They're not talking about the nuances of it for real. They're putting a dollar amount with it.
Yeah.
They're putting a penis size to it.
Yes.
And they're putting these things to it. And so now what happens is when you get a nigga that's able to come with that $250,000 that you said, and he able to provide you with them inches that you said you want. Now what happens is you stuck because that ain't really what you wanted for real. That was just a perception-based thing. So now guess what? He breaking you off a Cash App and some dick, and he ain't giving you no emotional stability.
Out.
Hold on.
We have to beep that part out.
Hold on. And he's not giving you no emotional stability, no emotional comfort, no psychological security, and you sitting around looking crazy.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been a great episode of Make Marriage Great Again.
I'm just keeping it all the way real. If you want more than digits and dick, say that. Be clear.
I think that they are.
And they saying they're pulling up at the red light.
Some women
Twerking on the headlight.
Julius, some women. Here's the thing that sucks about culture. Is that culture doesn't represent all of everybody.
It doesn't. I agree.
So you have rap culture, you have Glorilla, you have Cardi B, you have Meg Thee Stallion, you have these other women rappers who do represent a very, very small amount of women.
I agree, 100%.
And so you have the majority of women, they not stopping at no red lights, nigga, twerking on nothing.
But what about these dollar amounts?
Let me finish.
What about these dollar amounts?
That's not the majority of women.
Well, that's what we started talking about,
The majority of women pull down. They're making more money than men. There was a publication that just came out that said women are now running the workplace. So that's just not.
But you switched it on me.
Let me finish, please.
Get to your point then.
Because.
Yeah. Come on.
Do you really want to do this?
Come on.
You interrupt my thought.
No, you were saying it's shown that women are making more money, and that's.
So what I'm saying is you're talking about appealing to men and relationship requirements and none, and it's very one-sided because culture is dictating this one side. But there is like 90% of women that this is not applicable to. That when you're talking about relationship requirements, do I believe that there still needs to be probably better communication in? Yes, but penis provision and protection, the PPP, not the loan that the government gave out, but the real PPP, I think needs to be further explained. But I believe that women are having these conversations. And what I was going to say is that men don't want to. Some men don't want to come out of PPP on surface level. I'm trying to give you these inches and I'm trying to give you this money and I'm trying to, protect you physically. I'm not really trying, when you start diving into being a safe space for you emotionally and transparent, nigga, and going to a therapist together, and that right there, that is not speaking to a man's masculinity.
Well, because those are unknown, unfortunately, that's the fear of the unknown when you deal with men. When you start talking about emotions and you start talking about mental health and you start talking about security in those areas, unfortunately for a lot of men, those are spaces that are unknown. Those are uncharted waters because in society, we taught that you're supposed to give her them inches, them
PPP,
that money
and
that protection. And the reality is women now are requiring a lot of that. And I think it's putting men in situations to where, truth be told, they don't know how to give that.
Because women have it. So women have the roles.
Let me finish.
Or dildos. I don't need you for your inches in that area. I don't need you for provision because I make $500,000 a year, and I don't need you for protection because I got 245s upstairs. So now what it is I do need you for penis. I need faithful penis. I need loyal penis. I do need you for provision. I need you for provision in these other ways. And I do need you for protection because I need you for safety here in other areas. And therein lies the shaky ground of what I think what has now produced the twerking on the headlight girl.
So no, what I think what happens is because I believe women do definitely need those things that you said. A lot of men aren't well versed in those areas. They don't have language to put to that.
They don't have language.
They don't have experience in that.
True.
And so what happens is with a lot of women is they're settling. And so when you get with a man that, truth be told, he didn't really meet all of your requirements that you had, but he met some of the other nuances.
Yeah.
The security and things along those lines. Here's what I believe. I believe that there are men out there who are able to meet all of it.
100%.
But I don't think that women are sometimes coming across them. And I think it could be difficult or whatever, but I think men are having issues with expressing that, and they don't even know how to do that because society has said all you got to do is do the 3 Ps.
Well, and here's the thing. Sometimes some of the stuff takes time.
Yeah.
Your other P, as far as provision, it took a couple years. And so I had a decision to make. I could have been like, well, he only got 2 of the Ps and I'm cool on the 3rd P, or I got the other P for right now, and then when it's time, he'll take over or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that's not happening either. A lot of it's very absolute. It has to be right now. And here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, whoever you come across, they are not their full version of themselves.
They might not
Nobody's not, because we are always evolving. We are always changing. You are either progressing or regressing. Something's happening at all times.
Yeah.
And so you may meet somebody, male or female, and they're not there yet.
Well, that's why you got to go back to your core. What are the things that you're compatible with at the core?
That probably was one of the dopest things you've ever said.
What are the values? What honesty, trust, sincerity,
or just compatibility.
That's what I'm talking about. What are you? Who are you? What is compatible with you? Because guess
100%.
what? People are evolving. Somebody get a new job. You started out making $72,000. Next thing you know, in 3 years, you had $128,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? It happens. People evolve. Entrepreneurship happens. You start learning different things about yourself that you didn't know initially. But the things that should remain the same are the things that are at the core.
That's good.
But the problem is a lot of people don't know who they are at the core.
They do not.
Because we're so busy paying attention to the external.
Or it's shallow.
That we don't pay attention
shallow.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's my core. These are my core beliefs. Are they? Are they your core beliefs? Because if something can, if a nigga can walk in a room and change your core beliefs, they were never your core beliefs.
They weren't your core beliefs.
And I know that this has happened to women where it's like, oh, I can't date a liar. It's like, all right, and then he's a liar.
He's a liar.
And you're still doing it.
And a lot of women, this is what they say. They say that a relationship with the Lord is their core belief.
Oh, shoot. Julius,
you say
here
that.
we go.
You say that.
Here we go.
But then you'll go and you'll settle for somebody who does not have God as the forefront of their life. And you're just doing a bunch of talking for real. I just want to be honest.
My God.
And you think you can change him and get him into a relationship with the Lord.
Or her.
And let me tell you, it's tough. That's a difficult task. And I don't think that we're supposed to be trying to do those tasks.
You cannot.
And so now what happens is you saying God is your core belief. Is he? Is he?
Is he?
Because why would you get with someone who's supposed to be leading you who is not leading you in the direction of your core belief?
That is so good.
Why?
If that is your and whatever that is, if it's God, if it's honesty,
and if your core belief is running 17 miles a day,
right?
I don't know. You know, I'm just using that as an example.
Or you could say just a healthy body, and you get with somebody 379 pounds.
You guys are growing in 2 separate directions, y'all.
Ooh, growing.
Yeah.
Not going. You're growing in 2 separate directions.
Growing in 2 separate directions. So I think,
ladies and gentlemen, this has been
a good one.
A very unique podcast that our producer is going to have to go through and beep a couple of words out.
Maybe not. Just, you know.
You want to leave it raw and ragged, huh?
Man.
PPP, just like the loan.
Stopping at them red lights and
twerking
on
y'all know what y'all supposed to do. You got to go subscribe to YouTube. You want to keep this content coming. December is a December to remember. We're having a good time. Y'all know what it is. Podcast drops every single week. If you know, you know. Go subscribe to YouTube channel. Follow us on IG. Go to our Facebook. Be a part of that fam there. And as always, we want y'all to be amazing. And we will see y'all next time.
Peace.
Stopping at them red lights, twerking